changed my mind. It changed my mind. Oh, you know what? Changed my mind. Mind changing. Changed my mind. Watch me change my mind again. Hey, bud. Welcome back to the series where I play Satisfactory very poorly and without guides, so it's extra poorly. I am going to be looking to rip out our steel production. We also want to build out our computer lab. So we'll need to be able to make computers. We'll need to be able to make... Oh, interesting. That is plastic going in there. Well, that's disturbing. Plastic definitely should not be going through there. Anyway, we're gonna turn this into our computer manufacturing facility. I decided to go look at the milestones for tier 8 and came across something interesting. First of all, these radio control units are super easy to make. I have crafted some already. I'm not looking to make drones just yet. The reason I brought you here is right here, the advanced aluminum production. What this gets us... Well, it gets us a lot of things, actually, but what I am most interested in are the empty fluid tank, first of all, and secondly, the resource well extractor. If you remember from many episodes ago, Oil Plant 1 has a oil spot that kind of looks like a geyser. And I am pretty certain this is how you get that stuff out. So I think that it might be useful to go ahead and unlock this. I'm pretty certain I have all the other requirements here, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Found my way back over to oil field 1, taking a break from building over at the main base. You can kind of see some of the windows I put down. What I wanted to check was this oil geyser thing. I brought some of the items needed for the resource wells. Looks like we need to put one of these. Yeah, it just snaps on. It looks like you put this on the big oil geyser, and then I guess you put these little guys around. Activated fracking satellite node. I mean, those look like satellite nodes to me. Yeah, okay, here we go. We just needed to power it up. It looks like 120 crude oil per minute coming out of pure, and then 60 out of a normal, and then if I had to guess, it's probably 30 out of impure. Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. So you control the resource wells with this big guy. It looks like you can clock it to go beyond the 360 a minute. So if you're tapping into all 6 of these, you're getting 360 crude oil per minute. But if you overclock, it takes us up to 900 a minute. This will likely go to I'm thinking either plastic or turbo fuel. We haven't really messed around with turbo fuel, and know that we have been able to pull plenty of coal. Oh, it looks like on the radar it'll show us places that we can tap into now with the resource extractor. So it looks like we can take water and we can take nitrogen. Oh, that's nice. It actually tells you what the nodes are. We will need to likely come back to this. I just kind of wanted to see what this was all about, because it's been in my periphery for a long while now. So I've been planning out the computer manufacturing facility, and it brought me back over to the old cat farm, and we were making the computer chips here. But I think that I am going to shut that down and just ramp up the production of the quickwire to the max I can. And then I am going to start moving that out. I am going to build something new in the blueprinter. I'm going to try and make it as compact as possible, but That's why I'm starting to liquidate all of my slugs into power shards. As I was working on setting up the new Caterium spot in the blue printer, I decided to come back and check the milestones because I wanted to see what it takes to get the Miner Mark III. And as it turns out, it's really not too bad to get. I already had the boxes down there and I already had a stack of supercomputers. So I only had to make one other stack of supercomputers. So let's go ahead and get this fired off. That way, as we are setting up the location, it's just a bit more future-proofed. Let me see what we need to actually make it though. We've gone ahead and put down our smelters and constructors for quickwire at the Pure Cat #1 station. I am going to build in some additional storage and then we are going to package it up and start moving that wire over to the places that need it. The first up on the priority list is the computer manufacturing facility we are building, and we will probably, I think we'll continue using trucks. I might run 2 trucks just because we're going to be kicking out a lot of wire very fast, but I did want to show that I do have a Miner 3 here now that I have plopped down on a pure node. It is pulling 1,200 per minute, which is wild. Our conveyor belts go at a max of 780. I set everything exact, so 78 input per minute puts out 26, and then the intake for 26 is basically just in time, so it'll put out 130 wires per minute, and times that by 10, we will have 1,300 quick wire producing every minute. We will set up one of these 2 at the Pure Cat Station 2, but I wanted to show you what it looks like getting the first one set up. In the distance, you can kind of see the Caterium spot that I decided to bounce over to and work on. I still need to vary up the windows and I will do that, but the build itself is largely done. I will show you what that looks like just real fast, but I wanted to also give you a glimpse at my first attempt at a cyberpunk look. I am sure we're going to change this, but we got to start somewhere. Here we are at the Caterium spot. You can see we're still cranking out coupons. Got 85 sitting in there. Got our usual storage set up, and that is all linked down to the ground floor where trucks can pick it up in the warehouse. And here's the warehouse. This hasn't changed, but this is still set up as a drop off in case we decide to drop off. We are not going to be doing that anymore, and I need to change this. We're going to have 2 spots where quick wire will be picked up. The other little feature of this building is this hidden storage back here. We have several container storages full of plastic that were never used when making circuit boards before I ripped everything out. So that is sitting back there. We'll figure out what to do with it eventually, but it is going to just hang out in storage. So yeah. I think I'm probably going to end up adding more of a skyscraper to the end of this, kind of where that storage spot is, because I just enclosed this off in glass. And I actually used to work in a skyscraper that was in downtown, and it actually looked down on a little entrance and cafe area that was enclosed in glass from up top. So that is what inspired that, but we will come back to that later. We need to do some more functional items around here. It was just one of those things where I changed my mind on what I wanted to work on, and we decided to give decorating a little bit of a try. Changed my mind. I was on my way to Pure Cat mine number 2, and I was like, I really don't like how the yellow line's tracks look all disjointed. So I am going to be connecting all of these and make them look a little bit nicer. It ultimately just looks a lot more complete. So I'm going to knock that out. So I made it up to the Pure Cat line 2 and realized that the way I built the location was just enough room for the storage of the ore and the limestone. I think we take these walls out and we extend to the end of here. That should give us enough room to bring the line in, create the stuff, and then put it back in storage and get it on the train. Let's go ahead and start wiping out this section that we are going to now build in. So let me take care of that, and I can show you what that looks like without showing you all the tedium. Like this. Turns out we have just enough space. So we are going to go ahead and cook the quickwire here at Pure Cat Station 2. And even though this is full up of cat ore, I think I am going to just empty it. I want to create a new dismantle box right here that will be full of this ore, so we can just easily dispose of it and refill this back up with quickwire. It's a waste of resources, but there are just better ways of handling this now. What I am going to do though is just mass delete all of a type. And then we just take in the materials that were used to make the storage itself. And it's that simple. The cleanup was nice and easy. So I consider my computer to be halfway decent. We're on a i9 14th gen CPU. We're rocking a 4080, and man, if there is not a better way to choke my performance on this game than to set up lighting outside, I don't know what is. You can see the screen is starting to kind of artifact, which is probably just due to the insane lighting that is bouncing off of each leaf here. I thought it looked pretty sick, but yeah, it also killed my FPS. So that is happening, but we are pretty much wrapped up here at the Pure Cat Station 2. All I have left to do is add in another freight train, which we are going to set right here. So we'll let this fill up for now, but let's get back to trying to build some computers finally. I finally found a use for the little electricity nodes that I put on the tracks. I have found a couple of the geysers that we can tap into. So I am just going to wipe these plants out real quick, and then we will hook up these two geysers. So another time I got distracted. Thought I'd record a little bit while I show the evolution of this place. I am just below the brown line. The silica and coal for aluminum is on just the other side of that wall. You can actually see I've got the drop-offs here for the coal and iron. I decided to go ahead and just set those up here rather than try and build back at the spot that it's getting pulled from. I kind of wanted to show the progression of the old main base. We still want to get over to this computer manufacturing. It's just I find so many different activities that I would like to get to first or kind of need to have happen. I've built the foundries and the blueprinter that we are going to be using, one for a left entrance and one for a right entrance. That way each line can have its own, and then we can overclock further as we get better belts. I needed to come up with a better solution for my storage, so I hit the blueprinter and went to my most used storage, and what I have done is added 2 more inputs and 2 more outputs in the form of splitters and mergers. The input can be right here and right here, so each line can take 2 conveyor belts. So at our speed right now, that's 780 each. And then also we added in mergers up top that will be able to output right here, and that will be able to do the same. What is that, 1560? Yeah, 1560, I think. I installed the new storage for this side on the steel production, so we'll be able to run multiple lines. The problem I am currently running into is I hate how this looks, but what we might end up having to do is making another platform level with the road and building off of there. Maybe we will use this bottom part as, I don't know, some sort of storage or possible way of hiding conveyors. We'll see. Okay, it took a couple of mind changing episodes, but we have the storage set up for everything coming off of brown line minus 1 coal pull in. I rebuilt all the old storage that was in here for copper bars and silica, and I have thrown sinks on at the end. We're getting close. So I am going to build out a platform adjacent with the road. I am going to build it 1 meter high just so that we can have another floor even under this that we can start building out for Caterium, quickwire, whatever else that we're bringing in on Coal Train, baby. I am going to set up steel production because we've already got the blueprints ready to go. So I am ready to get back to where we were 3 episodes ago. All right. I changed my mind and came back over to the Pure Cat station just because I am wanting to complete at least 1 building for this video. And while the build itself is complete, the aesthetics are not. So I am going to be building a skyscraper that I kind of pre-put together in the blueprinter, and that's why it's, oops, if we just do blueprint, there we go, that makes it a lot easier. So I am going to be building this up. We'll probably go 3 sets high, so nearly 30 stories. I actually finished something, I think. So the quickwire location, I have tried to cyberpunk it to the best of my abilities. It's my first try, so go easy, but we have the signs up, we have the machinery running inside, a skyscraper that is just for decoration. It does have a working elevator in it though, so it goes all the way from down here all the way up top. And I thought it would be cool to have the visible elevator. Makes me think of the Shinra building from Final Fantasy VII, fighting in those elevators. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. It looks pretty skyscrapery to me. And I definitely borrowed inspiration from the loading screen, but I think that that is well within my no guidelines. Anyway, let's wrap this episode up, and I'll take you to steel production and what that's looking like these days. So this is our new best boy, Chungus. He was just hanging out by the base, and we gave him a berry, and now he is ours. We can't ride him or anything like that, but he is massive compared to all the other ones I found so far. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Either way, I love it. Okay, now to steal. So I was just out looking for some more power shards because I need some more to finish up my steel build. I'm leaving it. I don't even care. But there are some new enemies, I think, or at least just ones that I've never encountered before. It's these like crab monkeys with their tentacles in the back. These guys were messing me up just a moment ago, just in a different spot. See, there we go. Yeah. I don't know if, oh, wow. See you, buddy. I don't know if they're 1.2 new or what, but pretty cool. Let's see if I can survive this encounter. I don't even know. I didn't really come out ready to fight. Whoop. Dang it. Man, I wonder where his body went to, though. He went way farther than I did. Oh, no. The game crashed. Rip. We have our steel bars and our steel pipe manufacturing and storage going on right here. We have tapped into all of our old lines in the area, plus brought in the coal from the coal station 1 that is unloading up here into this storage up there. We are then taking the lines from the limestone, the 2 that are here, and we're feeding them into these 26 total constructors based off of our old blueprinter from the limestone factory. That will feed into the network under here, and it's going to go into this group of assemblers that we have put together that will be fed the steel bars from this group of constructors. So let me show you what it looks like when it's all running, and we can call it there, I think. All right, I think we are good to go here. We've got our steel line set up now. This is going to take care of our encased. We ran out of room and I want to keep this road intact, so we are just feeding it underneath and feeding this storage bank. The way I have this set up is we're taking in 108 of each ore a minute. Then we just have everything else lined up against that. So 108 steel ingots a minute make 27 steel beams, and then 27 steel beams turns into 9 encased beams per minute. So it all comes out pretty cleanly. So this is a pretty good stopping point. I'm happy with how things are shaking out. We were able to open this up a lot in this episode. Anyway, glad you guys are here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through this. It's been a learning experience, not only within the game, but also within YouTube, but it's been an enjoyable one. So once again, thank you for watching. Leave a like or comment if you've been finding this stuff enjoyable, so that I know that it's reaching people and worth it to continue. All right, take care of yourself, and I will see you at the next one. Goodbye.